High in the Andes, 500 years after the Spanish conquistadors swept through Peru, one city remained hidden, a secret whispered on the wind. Machu Picchu, the lost city of the Incas. But when American explorer Hiram Bingham stumbled upon these terraces in 1911, he unearthed something that challenged everything archaeologists thought they knew about ancient engineering. Stones, cut with such impossible precision that a knife blade cannot be slipped between them. Water systems that still function flawlessly to this day. Astronomical alignments tracking celestial events with an accuracy rivaling modern space observatories. 12 riddles, 12 puzzles that defy our understanding of what ancient people could achieve without wheels, without iron tools, without a written language. Prepare to have your perception of human potential redefined. This story is based on meticulous research and factual evidence, drawing from sources including the Hiram Bingham Archive at Yale University and the Journal of Archaeological Science. Number 1. The impossible precision of the stonework. Imagine, if you will, a team of archaeologists from the University of Colorado in 2000 measuring the joints between granite blocks in the Temple of the Sun. The gaps average less than 1 millimeter. Some joints exhibit zero gap, a complete contact across surfaces measuring 2 meters by 1 meter. Now consider this. Granite registers a hardness of 7 on the Mohs scale. Bronze tools, the hardest metal available to the Incas, measure only 3.5 on that same scale. You cannot cut something harder with something softer. And yet, here stand walls where individual stones weigh 15 tons, cut and fitted with tolerances that modern stonemasons struggle to achieve even with diamond-tipped power tools. Dr. Vincent Lee, a construction engineer, has dedicated decades to studying Incan stonework. His conclusion? The precision surpasses modern capabilities. The joints remain perfect after 5 centuries of earthquakes. In 2000, Japanese stonemasons visiting the site attempted to replicate a small section using traditional methods. After 6 weeks, they achieved gaps of 5 millimeters. 5 times wider than the Incan standard. But the stones of Machu Picchu present another impossibility. Curved surfaces interlocking in 3 dimensions. Each block connects to its neighbors, not just on flat edges, but through complex, sculpted interfaces that distribute weight in multiple directions simultaneously. Bronze cannot cut granite. How is this achieved? Number 2, the impossible transport system. The year is 2013. Geologist Dr. Rualdo Menegat traces the origin of granite blocks to quarries located approximately 10 kilometers away on the opposite side of the Urubamba River Valley. Individual stones weigh up to 120 tons. The route from the quarry to the construction site ascends 900 meters across terrain so steep that modern trucks are unable to navigate it. In pre-Columbian South America, wheels did not exist, nor were there large domesticated animals, with the exception of llamas, which can carry a maximum of 32 kilograms. Yet somehow, the Inca moved granite blocks weighing over 1,088,000 kilograms up these slopes, a feat that would challenge even modern helicopters. Experimental archaeological teams employing traditional methods, wooden rollers, rope systems, and manpower estimate that moving a single 15-ton block would require 800 men working continuously for 12 days. The city contains an estimated 50,000 precisely cut stones. Do the math. Recent discoveries only deepen the enigma. Archaeologists have unearthed fragments of rope in nearby caves, ropes with a tensile strength of 272 kilograms. Impressive, but insufficient for moving boulders the size of houses. Stone channels carved into the mountainsides suggest advanced pulley systems, but no metal pulleys have survived. Analysis of the wood reveals that the Inca sourced timber from forests 320 kilometers away. Even the building materials traveled impossible distances. They were, quite literally, moving mountains. Number 3. Anti-seismic engineering. March 28, 1950. An earthquake, registering 7 5/10 on the Richter scale, strikes the Cusco region. Across Peru, colonial Spanish buildings crumble. Churches, erected upon Incan foundations, remain standing, yet their Spanish upper levels disintegrate. But at Machu Picchu, not a single stone is dislodged. Seismologists investigating this phenomenon make a startling discovery. The Incan walls move during earthquakes. Individual stones appear to dance in relation to each other, only to settle back into perfect alignment. Dr. Kenneth Wright, a hydraulic engineer, meticulously documents this earthquake dance. The stones, held together not by mortar, but by precision and weight distribution, create flexible connections. Modern earthquake engineering calls this seismic isolation technology, a technique developed in Japan in 1976. But the Incas employed it 500 years earlier, seemingly without understanding the physics or structural engineering principles involved. Laboratory tests reveal how individual stones can shift by as much as 3 centimeters during seismic events, all while maintaining the structure's integrity. The distribution of weight creates natural shock absorbers, dissipating the earthquake's energy rather than concentrating it. Peru experiences over 200 earthquakes annually, each measuring above 4 on the Richter scale. Machu Picchu has endured them all without a single recorded structural failure. Ancient structures that dance with earthquakes. A marvel of hydraulic engineering, a testament to ingenuity. From 1994 to 1998, hydraulic engineer Kenneth Wright spearheaded a 4-year investigation into the water systems of Machu Picchu. The mainspring provides approximately 60 liters of water per minute, year-round, a volume sufficient for a population of 1,000 people. But here's where the mystery deepens. 16 fountains below the mainspring are engineered to maintain consistent water pressure despite an elevation change of approximately 36.5 meters. Each fountain features precisely calculated channel dimensions, drop heights, and pool volumes, preventing overflow during the rainy season and sustaining flow during the dry months. This engineering feat required an understanding of hydraulic principles not formally described until Italian physicist Evangelista Torricelli published his work in 1643. Radiocarbon dating of the fountain stones confirms construction between the years 1400 and 1500 AD, 150 years before European hydraulic engineering caught up. The water channels curve in calculated arcs that reduce turbulence and prevent erosion. Sediment analysis reveals the system operated continuously for over 400 years without maintenance. Modern cities require constant repairs to their water systems. Ancient Machu Picchu was built once and seemingly ran forever. The water temperature remains constant at 12 degrees Celsius year-round, suggesting the spring draws from deep geothermal sources. Perfect water pressure, seemingly achieved without advanced mathematics. Number 5. The Astronomical Computer. June 21, 2007. Archaeoastronomer Dr. Ray White documents how the Intihuatana stone, the pillar to which the sun is tied, functions as a 3-dimensional astronomical instrument. Precisely at noon on the day of the winter solstice, the stone casts no shadow. Its 4 corners are aligned with the cardinal directions to within 1 degree. Its carved surfaces track the phases of the moon, the cycles of Venus, and the movement of the constellation Crux, or the Southern Cross throughout the year. But the precision goes deeper. The stone's placement accounts for 26,000 years of the Earth's axial wobble. This is the cycle of precession, discovered by the Greek astronomer Hipparchus in the year 130 before our era, but misunderstood in the Americas until contact with Europeans. The Inca carved this cosmic calendar without telescopes, without written mathematics, without even the knowledge that the Earth revolves around the Sun. Computer modeling reveals that the stone predicts solar eclipses visible from Machu Picchu with an accuracy matching modern astronomical software. The carved angles correspond to specific star positions on dates important to Incan agriculture, the planting season, harvest time, and the start of the rainy season. Shadows cast by the stone create geometric patterns that change daily, marking time more precisely than mechanical clocks. On the day of the vernal equinox, the shadow points directly to a distant mountain peak, where archaeologists later discovered an ancient observatory. A stone computer, cosmic precision. Number 6. A disappearing population. 1532. Francisco Pizarro captures the Incan emperor Atahualpa. Within 50 years, smallpox and war decimate the population of Peru, plummeting from an estimated 16 million to less than 1 million. But in Machu Picchu, something different transpired. When Hiram Bingham arrived in 1911, he discovered cooking pots in the kitchens, tools lying exactly where workers had left them. Yet, there were no human remains from any period, no burial sites, no evidence of disease, and no signs of battle. The city appears to have been deliberately abandoned, completely emptied, with valuables removed, but everyday objects left behind. Population estimates based on the residential areas suggest between 1,000 and 1,500 inhabitants. Where did they go? Why did they leave? Archaeological investigations of the surrounding valleys have found no mass migration sites, no refugee camps, nor secondary settlements that could have absorbed the population of Machu Picchu. Analysis of food remnants suggests that the last meal was consumed during the harvest season, in October or November, based on preserved corn kernels and potato fragments. Personal belongings show signs of hasty packing, shattered ceramics, scattered textile fibers, abandoned looms with unfinished work. Spanish chroniclers never mention Machu Picchu in their extensive records of conquest and exploration. The city simply vanished from history. 1,000 people disappeared without a trace. Imagine, a thriving city, bustling with life, suddenly silenced. What cataclysmic event forced its inhabitants to flee, leaving everything behind? 7. Impossible terraces. The year is 2005. Agricultural engineer Dr. Ann Kendall investigates the cultivated terraces of Machu Picchu. 700 terraces cover approximately 200 hectares of mountainside, with an average gradient of 60 degrees, far too steep for traditional agriculture. Each terrace demanded sophisticated engineering and drainage systems. To prevent soil erosion and crop flooding, the Inca created artificial soil, layering clay, sand, gravel, and organic matter in precise proportions that modern soil scientists confirm are optimal for high-altitude agriculture. Carbon analysis reveals that some terraces increased yields by 300% compared to natural mountain slope cultivation. But here's the enigma. The terraces could have fed a population of 4,000 people year-round. Yet archaeological evidence suggests a maximum population of only 1,500. Why build agricultural capacity for almost 3 times the resident population? Was Machu Picchu designed as a refuge city for emergency migrations? Soil samples reveal genetic material from 43 different crop varieties: corn, potatoes, quinoa, beans, squash. Many of these plants originated hundreds of kilometers away from different climate zones. The Inca transported not just seeds, but entire soil ecosystems to recreate growing conditions from distant regions. Drainage channels carved into the rock extend deeper than root systems require, suggesting water storage for prolonged drought periods, which historical records show never occurred in Machu Picchu. Imagine feeding ghosts, planning for unseen people. What was the true purpose of these meticulously engineered terraces? Number 8. The temperature paradox. 3,500 meters above sea level, daily temperature swings can range from 27 degrees Celsius in the afternoon sun to a frigid 2 degrees Celsius at night. Yet, the residential buildings of Machu Picchu maintain comfortable internal temperatures, without fireplaces, without heating systems, without insulation materials. How? A 2012 thermographic study conducted by engineers from MIT reveals the secrets of Incan architectural ingenuity. The very orientation of the buildings maximizes solar heat gain during the day while simultaneously minimizing heat loss at night. The stone walls, averaging around 90 centimeters thick, possess sufficient thermal mass to store the day's heat and release it slowly after sunset. But there's more. The angles of the walls and the placement of the windows create convection currents, circulating warm air without the need for any mechanical systems. This engineering feat required an understanding of thermodynamics, solar positioning, and the principles of heat exchange, knowledge not formally documented until the 1800s. The conclusion? Incan thermal engineering approaches modern standards of passive solar design. Temperature sensors, strategically placed within the residential areas, record internal temperatures that fluctuate by only 8 degrees, while external temperatures swing by 25 degrees. The selection of stones reveals a sophisticated understanding of thermal properties: granite for thermal mass, limestone for insulation, sandstone for heat reflection. Consider this. Modern energy-efficient homes require complex computer modeling to achieve similar thermal performance, and the details are astonishing. Construction details reveal air gaps within the stone walls, creating insulation layers invisible from the outside. Ancient climate control without a single moving part. Number 9. The enigma of the crystal skulls. The year is 1924. British explorer Frederick Mitchell Hedges claims to have unearthed a crystal skull within a Mayan site at Lubantun in Belize. But this is just the beginning. Similar crystal artifacts begin surfacing in collections across the globe. Many purportedly originate from sites in South America, including the legendary region of Machu Picchu. Modern analysis, employing electron microscopy, reveals a startling truth. These skulls were carved using rotary tools that leave behind microscopic parallel striations, virtually impossible to achieve by hand. The crystal itself is natural quartz, but the precision of the carving demands diamond-tipped tools rotating at consistent speeds, a technology seemingly unavailable to pre-Columbian Americans. They simply shouldn't have had the means. Yet the Smithsonian Institution authenticates several crystal artifacts recovered from genuine Incan contexts using thermoluminescence dating and chemical composition analysis. How could this be? The mystery deepens as researchers discover that quartz crystal resonates at specific frequencies that demonstrably affect human brain activity, a phenomenon unknown until 20th century research into crystalline properties. Imagine for a moment the implications. Crystals recovered from Machu Picchu show evidence of deliberate shaping, a shaping designed to amplify resonant frequencies. Acoustic testing reveals that properly shaped quartz produces tones capable of inducing altered states of consciousness. Did ancient peoples possess an understanding of crystal acoustics, a knowledge lost to modern science? Mineral analysis traces the quartz to deposits over 480 kilometers from Machu Picchu. This required the same impossible logistical feats that moved the massive stone blocks used to build the city itself. Crystal technology, impossible precision, a lost art. What secrets do these skulls truly hold? Number 10. Magnetic anomaly. The year 2008. A geophysical survey employing a magnetometer reveals extraordinary magnetic readings throughout Machu Picchu. The background strength of the magnetic field measures as normal, around 350 nanoteslas, but specific structures exhibit localized magnetic anomalies reaching 800 nanoteslas, more than twice the normal values. The strongest readings concentrate around the Intihuatana stone and the Temple of the Sun. Geological analysis finds no iron ore deposits or natural magnetic materials that could explain these readings. The granite bedrock contains normal levels of magnetite crystals, yet somehow the ancient builders created or amplified magnetic fields in specific locations. Modern research suggests that localized magnetic fields can influence human consciousness, potentially inducing altered states or heightened sensory perception. Did the Inca understand something about magnetism that modern science is only now beginning to grasp? Further investigation, using ground-penetrating radar, reveals metallic objects buried beneath the areas with the strongest magnetic signatures. These objects appear to be arranged in geometric patterns, circles, triangles, straight lines extending for hundreds of meters underground. Compass readings become unreliable within approximately 15 meters of the Intihuatana stone, with magnetic north shifting by as much as 15 degrees. Geologists confirm that natural magnetic anomalies of this intensity would require either massive iron deposits or electromagnetic activity detectable with modern instruments. Neither of these explanations fits the evidence at Machu Picchu. Invisible forces. Deliberate placement. Could this be evidence of a lost technology? Number 11. Acoustic engineering, 2014. Acoustic engineer Dr. David Lubman measures the sonic properties within the ceremonial spaces of Machu Picchu. But what he discovered defies simple explanation. The Temple of the Sun amplifies the human voice by a precise 14 decibels, while simultaneously filtering out ambient noise. A whisper from one end of the structure carries clearly to the opposite wall, a distance of approximately 18 meters. This effect demands a sophisticated understanding of sound reflection, frequency filtering, and acoustic focusing. The stone surfaces are shaped and positioned to create specific acoustic properties, achieved without any of the acoustic modeling tools or sound measurement instruments we rely on today. How did they do it? Similar acoustic engineering appears at the Intihuatana Plaza, where speakers standing near the stone can be heard clearly by audiences arrayed across the surrounding terraces. The acoustic design matches specifications found in modern concert halls and amphitheaters. Computer analysis reveals that certain frequencies are amplified while others are suppressed, creating a natural sound filter that enhances human vocal ranges while reducing environmental noise. Imagine a natural soundboard created centuries ago. Standing wave patterns form in specific locations where sound intensity increases by 25 decibels. These acoustic focal points correspond precisely to positions marked by carved stone seats and platforms. The Inca strategically placed their most important ceremonial furniture at points of maximum acoustic effect. Sound reflection patterns create echo delays synchronized with musical intervals, a natural rhythm that would have enhanced singing and ceremonial music. Modern acoustic engineers require sophisticated computer modeling to achieve similar effects. Sound shaped by stone. Number 12. The enigma of the genetic database. The year 2016. An analysis of human hair samples recovered from the structures of Machu Picchu reveals genetic markers from populations spanning the entire Incan Empire, not just local Andean groups. DNA analysis identifies genetic signatures of coastal peoples, jungle tribes, mountain communities, and even possible trans-Pacific contacts. The genetic diversity suggests that Machu Picchu hosted people from areas stretching across thousands of kilometers. But why would the Incas gather representatives from every corner of their empire in this single mountaintop city? The genetic evidence points to a deliberate selection of populations based on geographic origin, not random migration or conquest. Could Machu Picchu have been designed as a genetic reserve, a center for a backup population? Imagine the implications if this were true. The DNA samples hold extraordinary genetic markers, unknown in contemporary Andean populations, bloodlines that appear to have vanished after contact. Isotopic analysis of bone fragments reveals individuals who, during their formative years, consumed food from multiple climatic zones, evidence of long-distance travel or trade networks spanning the continent. The teeth exhibit wear patterns consistent with diets from sea-level environments, highland regions, and tropical lowlands, all within the same individuals. This suggests frequent movement between radically different ecological zones throughout their lives. Mitochondrial DNA sequences contain markers typically associated with Polynesian populations, raising profound questions about pre-Columbian trans-Pacific contacts. Radiocarbon dating of the samples ranges from 1420 to 1530 AD, indicating that this genetic diversity persisted throughout the occupation of Machu Picchu. A genetic enigma. Lost bloodlines. The year is 2023. Imagine the journeys these people undertook. What drove them to traverse such vast and varied landscapes? A ground-penetrating radar survey reveals a chamber beneath the Intihuatana stone. The chamber, measuring approximately 3.5 meters by 3.5 meters, is constructed of fitted granite blocks, sealed for centuries. Initial imaging suggests the chamber contains metallic objects and possibly organic materials preserved by the high-altitude conditions. But the Peruvian authorities have not authorized excavation. The chamber lies directly beneath the point where magnetic anomalies reach their maximum intensity, where acoustic properties are at their strongest, where astronomical alignments converge with the utmost precision. Everything at Machu Picchu points to this one buried room, as yet unopened. What secrets lie within? What untold stories are waiting to be unearthed? Thermal imaging reveals a startling anomaly. The chamber maintains a constant temperature of 20 degrees Celsius year-round, a stark contrast to the fluctuating temperatures of the surrounding soil. This unique thermal signature suggests an internal heat source, or perhaps even concentrated geothermal activity localized to this precise location. But the mysteries don't end there. Seismic testing reveals another layer of intrigue. The chamber's walls are unlike anything else in Machu Picchu, nearly 2 meters of solid granite encasing it on all sides. Whatever the Inca sealed within this room, They intended it to endure absolutely anything. Vibration analysis of the ground reveals rhythmic pulses emanating from the chamber. These impulses occur every 12 hours and 26 minutes, precisely matching the tidal cycle, even though Machu Picchu lies over 1,280 kilometers from the nearest ocean. The answers lie 3.5 meters beneath the surface, still waiting to be unearthed.